down and then $10 a month. The world judges. We don't. Join now in club or online at planetfitness.com. Offer ends January 11th. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Good morning, America. Winter storm emergency. At least 8 people killed in dangerous conditions coast to coast. This freeway shut down by a mudslide. And evacuations in national parks as rivers rise in Napa Valley. Rescuers saving this man sleeping in his car. And icy conditions causing hundreds of accidents. Now a new major storm set to hit California.
Chilling new surveillance video of that deadly rampage at a Florida airport. The gunman walks calmly through baggage lane before opening fire, killing 5. Now the FBI facing questions. Could it have done more to prevent the massacre?
Breaking overnight, a major arrest in the Kim Kardashian robbery case. 16 people taken into custody in Paris as the reality star breaks her silence about the terrifying incident for the first time.
They're gonna shoot me in the back. There's no way out.
The investigation right now.
And La La Land soars at the Golden Globes, taking home the most awards ever with a clean sweep.
Sweetheart, thank you.
And Meryl Streep honored for her incredible career, speaking out against the president-elect.
When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
We're live from Hollywood this morning, backstage with the winners.
Good morning, America. This is my Golden Globe.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
We are happy for our friend Tracy. Good morning, America. What an exciting night. The Golden Globes, of course, kicking off award season. I was delighted to see Moonlight pick up a win. But it was La La Land, yes, a record-breaking 7 awards. Lara was smack dab there for it all, and we're going to hear from her ahead.
Turned out to be a big news-making night as well. Meryl Streep making headlines with that speech taking on Donald Trump.
I love you all.
And the president-elect has lashed back in just the last few minutes on Twitter, so let's get right to it with John Carl. And John, let me start with what Streep had to say.
I've lost this year that stunned me. It sank its hooks in my heart. Not because it was good. There was nothing good about it. But it was effective and it did its job. It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back.
And John Carl, the president-elect, up early on Twitter.
He sure is going to war with Hollywood's most celebrated actress. George, he went on a Twitter firestorm here. Take a look. It starts. Meryl Streep, one of the most overrated actresses in Hollywood, doesn't know me, but attacked last night at the Golden Globes. She is a Hillary flunky who lost big. For the 100th time, I never mocked a disabled reporter, would never do that, but simply showed him groveling when he totally changed a 16-year-old story that he had written in order to make me look bad. Just more very dishonest media. And George, it wasn't just the tweets. Sometime overnight, Trump actually interviewed with the New York Times, a short interview making pretty much the exact same points, that he never mocked a disabled reporter, he says, and saying that Meryl Streep is basically just a Hillary flunky.
And he's calling out, he's saying this is an example of the dishonest media. So what we're going to do right now is actually show one of those times that Donald Trump engaged in this behavior. We're going to show you the speech right now.
And now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
So, John, we should tell our viewers who this reporter is. Serge Kovaleski, the New York Times.
Yeah, Serge Kovaleski, the New York Times, he has a condition that limits the movement in his joints. That was seen very clearly by most people as an effort to mock the way he appeared. Trump, from the start, denied he was doing that. This all goes back to a story, by the way, about whether or not there were Muslims cheering in New Jersey following the attacks on September 11th. Kovaleski had a story that Trump said proved that point. Kovaleski said that his story did no such thing.
Okay, John Carl, thanks very much.
It was quite a moment last night. Even though she never said his name, Trump's name, you knew exactly who she was talking about. We're going to have more from the Golden Globes later. But now to that deadly storm sweeping across the West, causing major flooding and mudslides. Take a live look at this river in Reno, Nevada, right now. 13 states from California to Michigan are facing weather alerts. And Ginger, you know she's here, has got all the latest for us.
You know, Reno, Nevada already has had their wettest month actually, in 9 years. So that's a huge deal. You can check this out. Los Angeles this morning, seeing flood advisories and warnings. They're getting blasted with the rain earlier this morning. And then look at the pictures from over the weekend in San Bruno, California, the tree right there on the car. All of this moisture, as deep as in the tropics, getting poured onto parts of Northern California. Those weather alerts now stretch into the Rockies, and that storm actually making its way to the Great Lakes. But right here in the Bay Area, in Napa, in the heart of the flood warning, my partner in weather, Rob Marciano. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Ginger. The rain finally stopped here, but it's hard to describe how heavy the rain came down in the last 24 hours and how the landscape has changed. The river here in Napa, not usually, well, here, the rising waterways across Northern California have forced a lot of people to scramble.
Overnight, the powerful storm slamming the West Coast, wreaking havoc for those on the roads. More than 10 inches of rain submerging streets in Northern California, leaving many stranded. Watch as firefighters flip over this SUV with their bare hands. Rescue swimmers and divers dispatched in Oakland after this taxi plunged into an estuary. The driver, one of 4 killed in this deadly storm. In Napa, the river rising 10 feet in just 7 hours.
Look at the amount of water spilling over this dam and blasting down this hill.
And mudslides making highways like Interstate 80 impassable. The storm bringing powerful wind gusts over 60 miles an hour, toppling trees, littering highways along the coast. This giant sequoia, hollowed out in 1880, historically known as Pioneer Cabin Tree, collapsed after weekend storms tore through Sequoia National Park. And this morning in Reno, Nevada,
you need to evacuate the area for your safety.
The governor declaring a state of emergency. The river relentlessly rising, more than 1,000 homes evacuated as it braces for the worst flooding in a decade. In Oregon, the same storm spreading ice across the roads there. Oregon State Police troopers responding to more than 750 traffic incidents statewide in just the past 36 hours.
Back here in Napa, this is a new park actually designed to be a floodway, a $400 million project put in place since the devastating flood in 2005. So far, it is working. They hope that continues as we look for our next storm that arrives here tomorrow. George?
It's going to have to be strong. Okay, Rob, thanks very much. More now on the Trump transition. Just 11 days until the inauguration. Pace really picking up this week. Trump's first cabinet nominees face confirmation hearings starting tomorrow, even though the Office of Government Ethics has not completed all their reviews. Our congressional correspondent Mary Bruce has all the details from Capitol Hill.
With just 11 days to go, this morning, a dizzying sprint to get Trump's cabinet in place. Just this week alone, 8 of Trump's picks are headed for confirmation hearings. A schedule so head-spinning, some of the nominees haven't been fully vetted. A top government ethics official warning it's putting undue pressure on investigators. Democrats want Republicans to slow it down, but Republicans aren't budging, saying Democrats need to get over it.
All of these little procedural complaints are related to their frustration at having not only lost the White House, but having lost the Senate. I understand that, but we need to sort of grow up here and get past that.
But the Senate Republican leader has promised no confirmation votes until the vetting is complete. In the meantime, the flurry of hearings begins on Tuesday. First up, Senator Jeff Sessions for Attorney General and General John Kelly for Secretary of Homeland Security. And on Wednesday, more nominees will take the hot seat, including Rex Tillerson, Trump's controversial pick for Secretary of State. Now, Democrats are voicing some serious concerns about several of the nominees, but Trump's team is confident. They say all of them will be confirmed. And they're defending that busy schedule, saying they simply want Trump's team to be ready to go on day one. Robin.
All right, Mary, thank you. Now to chilling new images of that deadly airport shooting in Florida. This video obtained by TMZ shows a man calmly walking through baggage claim before pulling a gun and opening fire. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross joins us now with new details about that suspect. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Robin. The accused shooter will be in court later this morning on federal murder charges. He's been held all weekend under a suicide watch, with the FBI trying to determine if his claim to have been in contact with ISIS is fantasy or fact.
The attack came without warning, as seen on this airport surveillance video obtained by TMZ. Coming into view from the left, 26-year-old Esteban Santiago pulls out his pistol and opens fire. Passengers run for cover as Santiago moves out of camera range through the baggage claim section, where police say he emptied his 9mm semi-automatic handgun and then reloaded once. He killed 5 people, many of them arriving for a cruise ship vacation. Among the dead, 84-year-old Olga Waltering of Georgia, killed next to her husband.
They were such a wonderful pair, and they meant the world to all of us.
And Michael Omey of Iowa, shot dead in front of his wife Carrie, one of the 6 injured.
I was looking through him just more than 2 feet away.
And now the question is why Santiago even had a gun, which had been taken away last November when he showed up at the FBI office in Alaska to claim he was hearing voices about ISIS and was hospitalized for a mental examination.
The gun was taken away from him, but is given back after he was cleared.
After being arrested Friday, Santiago claimed to FBI agents he had actually been in contact with ISIS online. And now, after recovering Santiago's computer from an Alaska pawn shop, FBI agents are investigating whether that's true and whether Santiago created a jihadist identity for himself several years ago under the name of Ashik Hamad. Overnight, a former girlfriend, Michelle Quinones, told ABC News that Santiago returned from a deployment to Iraq deeply troubled after saying he saw 2 of his National Guard buddies killed in action, but could not get help from the Veterans Administration.
He started acting weird when he was in Puerto Rico, and he had let veterans know that he was having some mental problems, that he wasn't feeling all right, and they did nothing.
Santiago had no problem legally checking his gun as airplane baggage. He arrived at 12:11 Friday afternoon and began his murderous rampage just 44 minutes later.
Authorities tell ABC News that Santiago only made his plans to go to Fort Lauderdale a few days ago. He bought his one-way $278 Delta Airlines tickets just last Tuesday. Robin.
And do investigators have any clear reason why Fort Lauderdale?
They're not clue, but family members say he did have a stepbrother there, and they thought he was going to visit him.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Okay, we're going to move overseas now to that deadly terror attack in Jerusalem, where a Palestinian man rammed his truck into Israeli soldiers getting off a bus, killing 4, wounding 17. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran is on the scene with the latest. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, George. This is where it happened. That truck crashing into a crowd of young soldiers right over here. And they were at this place, a tourist hotspot, just to take in one of the great views of Jerusalem.
Surveillance video captured the moment of the attack. A sunny Sunday afternoon. Young Israeli army cadets gathering on a sightseeing tour. Then, horrifyingly, the truck hurdles the curb and crashes into the crowd at speed.
I hear my soldiers shouting and screaming. I'm just seeing a truck that went on the side road and hitting the soldiers.
With bodies of the dead and wounded scattered on the ground, the driver reverses the truck, trapping 10 under the wheels, until police and civilians open fire and kill him. The windshield riddled with the bullet holes of the struggle. I stood in front of him and started shooting my entire magazine until it was over, says this civilian bystander. The attacker, identified as a 28-year-old Palestinian from East Jerusalem. Chaos afterwards, people running to help, emergency crews on the scene treating the wounded. Many witnesses were in shock, too. 4 young soldiers killed, 1 a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen, and 3 of the dead were women, 17 injured. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu arriving on the scene, and he promptly blamed ISIS for the attack. But it's all so grimly familiar. Nice in July, Berlin last month. Massive trucks, the new terror weapon of choice.
The attack here, the deadliest in over a year, and it comes at a moment of rising tension. President-elect Trump vowing to move the U.S. Embassy here to Jerusalem, overturning decades of U.S. policy, and some Palestinians are calling that an act of war. George?
It is a tense time. Okay, Terry, thanks very much. Now let's go to Amy with today's other top headlines. You got a security incident at O'Hare.
That's right, guys. A man is under arrest now after breaching a security checkpoint at O'Hare Airport. Authorities say he tried to get on a Spirit Airlines flight without a boarding pass and then attacked 2 police officers and 2 TSA agents. He's now undergoing a psychiatric evaluation. And a new threat from North Korea. Kim Jong-un's regime is claiming it could conduct its first test of an intercontinental missile anytime and anywhere. Defense Secretary Ash Carter says any missile fired toward the U.S. or an ally will be shot down. Fiat Chrysler says it will create 2,000 new jobs here in the U.S. It plans to invest $1 billion to expand plants in Ohio and Michigan. Insiders say the move is not related to President-elect Trump's recent attacks on automakers. And on Sunday, General Motors CEO said her company has no plans to change production despite Trump's criticism. Well, an assistant coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers has been arrested just hours after the team's playoff win over Miami. Joey Porter is charged with assaulting a bouncer at a bar. And finally, the swimmers who are the newest stars on the internet. Georgia Tech's swim meet was canceled because of the snow. You see what they did? Well, they decided to do some well-choreographed snow angels. They were kind of doing the backstroke, diving, swimming. The U.S. Olympic team responded on Twitter calling it a gold medal performance. Looks incredibly painful to me, but apparently they jumped right into hot baths after this stellar performance there.
Which they needed. Yeah. I was from Georgia?
Georgia Tech, they're not used to the snow. In fact, they were really hoping that they were getting snow, but none of them got much. So
Well,
they enjoyed it in Virginia.
They did. All right. But now to all the excitement at the Golden Globes last night. La La Land, the night's biggest winner, taking home every award it was nominated for. Lara was there for it all. Let's go to her now in L.A. Good morning, Lara.
Good morning, Robin. What a night. There were plenty of surprises at the Golden Globes. We'll get to that in a moment. This morning, though, everybody is talking about that La La Land sweep, breaking the record for the most Golden Globe wins ever by a movie.
And the Golden Globe goes to
La La Land.
La La Land.
La La Land. It has been dubbed the La La Landslide, the Hollywood musical taking home a record 7 Golden Globes.
It's all downhill from here.
Best Actress Emma Stone sharing the spirit of the magical film.
Anybody, anywhere, really, that feels like giving up sometimes, but finds it in themselves to get up and keep moving forward, I share this with you.
While leading man Ryan Gosling dedicating his Best Actor honor to partner Eva Mendes's late brother.
My lady was raising our daughter, pregnant with our second, and trying to help her brother fight his battle with cancer. If she hadn't have taken all that on so that I could have this experience, it would surely be someone else up here other than me today. So,
How did it feel tonight to hear your name called out?
you know, it's nice to be given an opportunity to thank the people in your life publicly.
It was also a big night for TV. Tracee Ellis Ross won her first Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy for playing Rainbow on Blackish.
This is for all of the women of color, and colorful people whose stories, ideas, thoughts are not always considered worthy and valid and important, but I want you to know that I see you.
Are you gonna carry this to every party tonight?
I'm bringing it to work tomorrow.
Host Jimmy Fallon started things off with a La La Land inspired open, even enlisting a former host for some help.
I've been waiting 20 years for this.
Big night. Other big winners including the movie Moonlight for Best Drama. Casey Affleck won for Best Actor in a Drama for Manchester by the Sea. And Viola Davis took home the trophy for Fences. And I'll be back in the next half hour, guys, to explain how 3 Hollywood hunks caused quite a commotion. We'll get into that in a little bit.
All right. Also a big night for the TV show that not many people know about, but they should, Atlanta.
Oh, big time. Yes, it was.
Excellent.
Really great.
Thanks, Lara. Happened last night, so we have a lot more to get to from the Golden Globes. That's coming up later. But now we have to go back to Ginger. That's the South.
It was such a good TV and film watching weekend because you had to stay inside. Look at this frozen fountain in Texas. This morning, Houston's waking up in the low 20s, and that's how it is all the way east to Florida. Tampa actually in a wind chill advisory this morning. The numbers are very cold, but you guys, it's about to get toasty. Into the 50s we'll go. The Select Cities now brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when I was too busy with the kids to get a repair estimate.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, with Liberty Mutual, all I needed to do to get an estimate was snap a photo of the damage and voila.
Voila. I wish my insurance company had that. Wait, hold it, boys. There's supposed to be 3 of you. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Hey, where's Charlie? Charlie?
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Well, on this Monday, you'll want to dress to be able to handle another frigid day. Wind chill temperatures will once again be in the single digits, teens to low 20s across the area. Now, we do have some early day clouds, late day sunshine expected. And then tomorrow, this area well north and west of D.C. is where there could be a few flurries and maybe a little